Republican Governor Kevin Stitt appears to be fed up with the political drama that is damaging the education of children in Oklahoma, led by MAGA Superintendent Ryan Walters. Yes, this is a battle of people on the same side that are tired of each other. Let's take a look. I believe Oklahoma's education infrastructure has fallen prey to needless political drama. I'm shaking up the State Board of Education to keep pursuing our top 10 agenda. If you don't know, Oklahoma is something like 49th for education in America. I'm grateful to the service of the outgoing members of the Board of Education. They have brought much needed reforms and helped root out liberal ideologies in our schools. Yes, it is the same side here fighting itself. I'm excited for the next 2 years as we continue to pursue a top 10 agenda. Now, if you don't know what could be spurring this on, Superintendent Ryan Walters, to focus on education, has done things like adding Bible study to the schools and forcing the Bible into history classrooms and forcing the state to buy Trump Bibles to put in schools instead of other much needed supplies. So this is a press release. Today, Governor Kevin Stitt named 3 new members of the Oklahoma State Board of Education. The move comes after ongoing controversy at the Oklahoma State Department of Education and disappointing scores on the annual National Assessment of Educational Progress. Nothing is more important than ensuring Oklahoma kids have the best education possible. After months of headlines followed by disappointing NAEP scores this month, it's clear that our education infrastructure has fallen prey to needless political drama. If we want to be the best state for business, we need to make sure our kids have a path to success. It's time for some fresh eyes, renewed focus on our top 10 goals. Now, with that being said, I have absolutely no faith that he's going to be able to do this because he's focused on liberal ideologies in schools instead of, children feeling, accepted and then learning. That should be the focus, right? If children are in school, they should feel accepted and safe so they can learn and prosper in the future. Instead, we have a governor talking about liberal ideologies and we have a superintendent focused on Trump Bibles. But the superintendent has his own words. He's not happy. Governor Stitt has joined the swampy political establishment that President Trump is fighting against. The board members that stood with us, working with the Trump administration to make our schools safer and better, have been fired for political purposes. Every Oklahoman should be clear this move undermines Oklahoma kids and parents in an America First agenda. Stitt believes that the federal government, not the people, need to continue to control our country. This is disappointing but not surprising. We'll keep fighting for school choice, parents, kids, and our teachers. So yes, Ryan Walters failed. You can't argue it. There's test scores. He failed. He didn't improve anything. He just spent money on Trump Bibles. And he's trying to tie himself to Donald Trump because I think it's very clear that was his goal all along. He hoped that whatever shape the Board of Education, not the Board of Education, but the Department of Education or whatever would have for the Trump administration would accept him in. Except Trump wants to dismantle the Department of Education. So there's nowhere for this man to go. His political ideologies probably and aspirations probably now cap out at his current position. And he is being undermined. There's not a question. He is being undermined. He's being undermined because he failed. He was bad at his job. There are scores to prove it. There are articles, countless articles you can look up Ryan Walters controversy. You will find him insulting the trans community in schools after a trans child in his state, in his care, was bullied to killing themselves. The amount of political drama that Ryan Walters is in is practically never ending. And he loves to go on television to make it more so. Because I believe, personally, it was all about getting a cushy government job under the Trump administration, and it's not happening. Now, what's so funny is he complains about people being fired for political purposes. during this Trump administration. An administration, if you haven't been paying attention, where when a judge ruled against Trump, there is now an attempt to have them removed by the House. It's been put forward by Republicans. For political purposes, they want to remove judges now, because checks and balances aren't okay. And I don't think that no matter how big of a political drama Ryan Walters turns this into, I don't think the Trump administration cares. There are too many fires to put out. Trump has too much golf to do. And Elon Musk is not going to care about the education system in Oklahoma. If he wanted to try to have power in the government, he picked the wrong horse. You don't actually talk and try to join up with Trump. You should have been buddying up to Elon Musk, the true shadow president of America. Ryan Walters failed, it appears, in his federal political ambitions and failed statewide. He failed the children of Oklahoma. But again, still mad about the root out of liberal ideologies, so I don't think that the governor, whoever they pick, is probably going to do much better, unless this is lip service, and they're just going to actually do no nonsense and actually focus on education and safety, right? Like if they do that, and then just say, liberal ideologies, oh, what are you doing to stamp that out? We're selling the Trump Bibles and buying math books. Then hey, maybe it would work. But I don't have a lot of faith for the children of Oklahoma. And of course, I got to mention this. School choice here is another way to gut money out of public schools, which was a big push by Ryan Walters and others, and is going to lead with these lower scores. And why does the governor care? Because when these education scores go down, yes, people are going to point to Ryan Walters, but they're also going to be mad at the governor, and maybe he doesn't win his next election. Ryan Walters could cost the governor his job. I expect Ryan Walters to do a media blitz, try to appear on every show he can, and push forward a bunch of hate and misinformation, and who knows what else he'll try. I don't see him losing power, losing influence quietly. It really doesn't feel like his style. And let you know to look for it, because, hey, it's early on in the week. This could all blow up this week when I'm a little busy with the game launches.